So hi, today we'll be discussing about self-inductance in a coil. We have so far seen the induced EMF and the induced current flowing in a coil whenever the coil is subjected to any kind of change in magnetic flux. So the change in magnetic flux can happen in any way. Suppose in a coil itself, if there is a changing current continuously happening, which can produce a changing flux itself, then what happens? The coil, inside the coil itself, there arises an induced EMF and current which opposes this changing flux. Hence, self-induction is the phenomenon of inducing an EMF or induced EMF is set up in a coil whenever there is a changing current flowing through the coil. So, and that phenomenon associated with the coil is sets up an induced current will be opposing the changing flux, and it is also known as the back EMF. The induced current will be flowing in such a way that so as to oppose the changing flux that produces the changing flux. Anyway, the changing flux is produced by the increasing or decreasing current in the coil. So, for example, we can see that this is a coil which is connected to a battery, and a tapping key is here. Now, the moment the tapping key is pressed, current increases from 0 to a maximum value. For that particular time interval, when the current changes, it produces a changing magnetic flux, due to which an induced EMF is set up inside the coil, and it produces an induced current which flows in a direction opposite to that of the direction of flow of current, or it actually opposes the cause that produce the changing flux. Now, if the key is released, we know that the current will decrease from maximum value to 0. In that case also, for that short time interval, there sets up an induced EMF and induced current which will oppose the factor, or which will oppose the current which flows through the coil, or the cause that produces the changing magnetic flux. So in this case, we have seen a coil through which a current is flowing, and the magnetic flux linked with this coil at any instant will be proportional to the current flowing through it, isn't it? Because whatever the reason for the change in flux is the decreasing or increasing current in a coil. So at any instant, the magnetic flux associated with the coil will be proportional to the current flowing through it. So we can write phi proportional to I, and if you remove the proportionality sign, we have to introduce a constant which is known as self-inductance, or it is denoted by the letter L. So L is equal to phi by I is the mathematical expression for self-inductance of a coil, and it is a constant for a particular coil, and it depends upon its geometrical dimension and of course the permeability of the medium. And now we also know that the self-induction is the phenomena of setting up a back EMF or an opposing EMF, due to which a current flows. So according to Faraday's law, we can write that EMF epsilon is equal to minus L into di by dt, because we know that epsilon is equal to, we got this expression from epsilon is equal to minus d phi by dt. Instead of substituting for phi as Li, we can write as L is a constant, it can be taken out, so minus L into di by dt. Or we can also write this as L is equal to epsilon minus epsilon divided by di by dt. The negative sign always goes with the Lenz's law, which states that whatever be the EMF or the current induced in the coil, it will always be in a way that it opposes the cause that produces the changing magnetic flux. So L is equal to minus epsilon divided by di by dt. So there are two expressions for the self-inductance with which we can define self-inductance as. So the self-inductance will be equal to 1 unit. So the SI unit of self-inductance is Henry, okay, and it is denoted by the capital letter H. Now self-inductance can be numerically equal to phi when I is equal to 1 ampere. isn't it? So L is equal to 5 when I is equal to 1 ampere. So the self-inductance of a coil is 1 Henry when 1 ampere of current flows through a coil whose magnetic flux linked with the coil is 1 Weber, because the SI unit of phi magnetic flux linked with the coil is 1 Weber. So you can put phi I is equal to 1 ampere, phi is equal to 1 Weber, then L is equal to 1 Henry. So this in this way you can define self-inductance, or in other words, you can also define self-inductance by using this formula: L is equal to minus epsilon divided by di by dt. What is di by dt? It is the rate of change of current with respect to time. So if you put epsilon is equal to 1 volt and di by dt is equal to 1 ampere per second, then dl is equal to 1 Henry. So the self-inductance of a coil will be equal to 1 Henry when the back EMF produced in a or opposing EMF produced in a coil is 1 volt when there is a unit rate of change of current through that coil. Or you can also say that when di by dt is equal to 1, L is equal to minus epsilon. In that way also you can say, so it is numerically equal to the EMF produced in a coil when there is a unit rate of change of current in a coil. Also, you can link it with the magnetic flux also when a unit current flows through the coil. So, these are the ways to define self-inductance, which is the characteristic property of a coil to oppose any change happening in the flow of current, in the current passing through it. Is known as self-inductance. It is the characteristic property is known as self-inductance, and the phenomenon is known as self-induction. So let us next see the self-inductance of a long solenoid. That is, we have already seen the idea of self-inductance or self-induction. It is the phenomenon of producing an induced EMF, which is also known as the back EMF, which opposes any change in the current flowing through the coil. So in this case, let us consider a solenoid of length L and radius R such that R is much less than L, and it has a uniform cross-sectional area A, and let it consider n number of turns per unit length. What does that mean? It has the number n, the letter n denotes number of turns. The total number of turns is n. Then a capital N by L is the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid length, and let I be the current flowing through it. So let us consider a current I flowing through it. So we know that at any instant the flux linked with this coil will be due to the current flowing through it, isn't it? So we can write the magnetic field when a current I flows through this solenoid is given by Ampere circuital law as B is equal to mu 0 n into I, where this n is the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid. Now next let us see, because whenever you have to define self-induction, you have to understand the flux linked with the coil. Then what is the flux linked with this magnetic flux linked with the coil? It is given by phi is equal to B into A, where phi is the flux linked with each turn of the coil. So phi is equal to B into A, or you can write B, replace B as mu 0 Ni into A. So we got the flux also. Now what we have to consider is, this is the flux linked with one turn of the coil. What is the flux linked with the total number of turns n of the coil? Now we know that it will be phi is equal to n into B into A. But what we have done here is n has to be replaced by n into L, because we already know that n is equal to capital N divided by L. So capital N will be equal to n into L, B into A. Now you can substitute for all these quantities. N into L, what is B? B is already given as mu 0 Ni into A, that is here. So we can substitute that mu 0 Ni A. Now what is this? We can write it as mu 0 can be written first. N into n will become n square. Then we have A into L. Then you have I. So this is the flux, total flux linked with each turn, the total number of turns of the coil of the solenoid. Now we also know an expression for the self inductance of a coil, which is given by phi is equal to L into I. Now let us write this equation as equation number 1 and this equation as equation number 2. Now when you make a comparison between equation 1 and 2, you can see that what is L? L is the self inductance, and what is the expression for self inductance? It is mu 0 n square A into L. Now we can see that the self inductance of a solenoid or any coil of n number of turns when a current I passes through it is given by n square A into L. Now if you can also conversely replace the small letter n with capital N, but you have to replace it by n by L, then one n L get cancelled. So let us see what that equation looks like. Capital N square A L divided by L square. So one of the L get cancelled. So the equation can otherwise be represented in terms of total number of turns as like this. So you can see that self-inductance is a property or mu coefficient of self-induction is a characteristic property of a solenoid to resist any change in its current flowing through it by the phenomenon of electromagnetic induction, and it depends upon the geometrical factors, that it depends upon the area. L is directly proportional to the area of the coil, and it also depends upon the number of turns per unit length of the coil, or you can also say that it depends upon the number of turns, total number of turns of the coil, and it also depends upon this factor which is mu 0. Here we have considered the interior of the solenoid to be vacuum or free space, or you can also consider air. In that case, this is the self-inductance. Suppose it is replaced, the interior of a solenoid is replaced by any material of relative permeability mu r, what will be the self-inductance? So in this case, what will be the self-inductance? Then you have to multiply mu 0 by mu r. What is mu r? Mu r is the relative permeability of the material which has been inserted inside a solenoid. So the expression becomes L is equal to mu 0 into mu r n square AL. I'm going to write this expression as the expression for the self-inductance. So you can easily see that when the interior of a solenoid is replaced or filled with a material of relative permeability mu r, its self-inductance increases mu r times. So that is the reason why usually we use a soft iron core while using solenoids to produce large magnetic field, and also because it increases the magnetic permeability increases mu r times, and the self inductance is also related in the same manner. The self inductance also increases mu r times when the interior of the solenoid is filled with a material of relative permeability mu r. So it is a very easy derivation where you can derive the expression for the self inductance starting with the magnetic field and then coming to magnetic flux linked with each turn, then the total magnetic flux linked with n number of turns, and finally you get by simply comparing with the general expression for self-inductance and flux, you get the expression for the mathematical expression for self-inductance of a long solenoid.